My sister and I are close, even though we live a few hours apart and lead different lives. Recently, she had a crazy experience that really shook her up. In a good way, though. She was visiting her daughter and grandson when she noticed this strange guy walking around the neighborhood with pillows and blankets like he was setting up camp. And mind you, this is semi-rural. Now, my sister is super protective, especially when it comes to family, so she couldn't just ignore it. She had to investigate. So, she hops in her car and starts cruising down the road until it dead ends into this three-way driveway with several houses. As she's turning around, out of the blue, this woman comes rushing up the road looking all frantic and yells, "Policia! Policia!" My sister's not used to letting random people into her car, especially on a country road. But something about this woman's eyes told her she was in real trouble. The lady confirms they need to call 911, and my sister, heart racing, glances back and sees some guy in a car watching them from a driveway. That's when things get real for her. She floors it down the road with this woman now in her passenger seat, dialing 911 as she goes. The dispatcher tells her to pull over so they can pinpoint their location. But my sister, thinking fast, says, "No way." They're heading towards the highway because she's convinced that guy might be chasing them. She finally stops at the first mailbox she sees near the highway and gives the address to the dispatcher. Now my sister's running on pure adrenaline. She doesn't speak much Spanish, so communicating with this woman was like playing charades. About 15 minutes later, the cops show up at the mailbox. But guess what? None of them speak Spanish. My sister had specifically told the dispatcher they needed someone who did. So, they wait a bit longer until a Spanish-speaking officer finally arrives. He starts talking to the woman and finds out she's been through hell. Her boyfriend had beaten her up, smashed her phone, and even stolen her passport. She managed to escape when he wasn't looking, so she ran to a neighbor's house for help. The guy there slammed the door in her face. That's why she was out on the road, taking a gamble by approaching my sister. My sister, still shaking from the adrenaline and emotion of it all, tells me the lady was so scared and desperate that she couldn't turn her away. The Spanish-speaking cop later tells her that this woman called her an angel sent from heaven. I tell my sister, "Yeah, you were definitely in the right place at the right time." As she recounts all this to me, tears streaming down her face, I can't help but get choked up too. I told her, "You did an amazing thing. You might have saved that woman's life." Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you had to step up and help someone in need, even if it meant putting yourself in a risky or unfamiliar position? What did you learn from that experience? Share your story in the comments below.